Outstanding. This, if you guys get the reference, but if you would for me, please like, comment, subscribe to the channel. So I will be reviewing movie I just watched last night. I was shocked our theater wasn't really that crowded, like I thought it was gonna be. But I think everybody probably caught like the earlier showings, because our theater had people in it, but it wasn't as full as I thought it was gonna be. And the movie I'm gonna be reviewing, talking about, is Mortal Kombat 2. Sorry, the new Mortal Kombat 2 that just came here to Columbus yesterday. And so this is directed by Simon McQuoid. And if you guys know, this is the director who directed the first movie. So this is the guy who directed the first Mortal Kombat back in 2021, which was the 2021 Mortal Kombat was a success, although I didn't really care for that movie. I'll have my review. I actually did review this. I reviewed the 2021 Mortal Kombat before I completely hauled this over to like a review channel. So if I'll have the link in the description to that movie review. So, but you can get my full review of the first movie there. So, Mortal Kombat 2 is, like I said, it's the same director as the first movie. So it has a lot of returning characters. I think our newcomers here is Adeline Rudolph, who plays Princess Katana in here. You have Carl Urban, who plays Johnny Cage. I might have to get the rest of this cast too. Hiroyuki Sanada makes a reappearance in here. If you guys remember Hiroyuki Sanada, he played Scorpion in the first movie. Joe Toslin, who was Sub Zero, he makes a reappearance in here. This guy played Shao Kahn. I need to get the cast on this. I was trying to get the cast. Sorry, I'm trying to pull up the cast. Yeah, Ludi Lin played Liu Kang. Jessica McNamee played Sonya Blade. I was trying to see who played Jade, and I was trying to see who played Jade, and because you got some new characters here, Jade and Shao Kahn, who shows up. So I'm a huge Mortal Kombat fan. I'm definitely a big Mortal Kombat fan. I've been playing Mortal Kombat since I was a kid. I actually own a good chunk of the Mortal Kombat series. Every time a new Mortal Kombat game comes out, I'm on it. Yeah, so that tells you how much of a fan I am of Mortal Kombat. So, however, I'm going to give you my fan analysis, and I'm going to give you, I'm going to try to be as unbiased as possible, because at the end of the day, I do want to do this kind of as a profession. I have to review the movie honestly, even if I'm a fan of the franchise. I'm a longtime fan of the franchise. I've been playing Mortal Kombat since the Sega Genesis days. So if that gives you an indication how long I've been playing this series, and I've been playing it ever since then. It was back in early '90s when the first Mortal Kombat game came out. I've been playing from then on to now. So I own the new Mortal Kombat, and I'm extremely good at it. So I'm a big Mortal Kombat fan. I know the lore, everything. So I'm, again, not gonna let my fandom cloud my judgment when I review this. So this is movie takes place in Earth Realm. So you have you have Earth Realm, which is sort of like the good guy realm, that the bad guys technically are not allowed to go to, because that ruins the rules of Mortal Kombat. And then you have Nether Realm, which is of course the bad guy realm. Right, this is the realm where so Shao Kahn comes in, uh, basically conquers Adenia, and turns it into Nether Realm. Rules Nether Realm rules Adenia, uh, and a tragedy happens to Princess Katana, played by Adeline Rudolph, who she has to, who she's forced to serve Shao Kahn. Basically, Shao Kahn is like this really huge like guy. He's a really big guy, and he's a dictator. He's known as a Khan, in Mortal Kombat lore. So, and Khans are like warlords essentially. That's what they are. So what happens is once he takes over, in order to stop him, Raiden, played by, who plays Raiden, man? He this is the same guy that was in the first. So let's say, oh, these are all returning actors. Okay, Martin Ford played Shao Kahn. Tati Gabrielle played Jade. Yeah, Tadanobu Asano plays Raiden. So Raiden is, he has to gather up his warriors to join in a tournament of Mortal Kombat and essentially fight to the death. And whichever side wins takes over Earthrealm. Basically has control of all the realms, Earthrealm and the Nether Realm. And so you have so my positives with this movie, which I'll say one thing: this movie surprised me. So I will say, as it goes, this is probably the best Mortal Kombat movie ever made. Um, Seriously, this is, I because I had to think back, to even the old 1995 Mortal Kombat versus this one. They really made, I think, the best Mortal Kombat movie. Um, and what I mean by that is they finally got, the humor down. You got Kano and Johnny Cage who come in and do the humor. Uh, Josh Lawson, the guy who played Kano in the original, he's Kano in here too. He's back as Kano. And man, when him and Johnny Cage are on screen together, it's amazing. Yeah, because I always held that first Mortal Kombat in regard as like, man, this is like the best Mortal Kombat movie because they understood what made Mortal Kombat Mortal Kombat. Fights, um, everything else, how silly it was, but it wasn't very violent. This one it's violent. And I saw some critic reviews where they said, "Oh, this movie is just focusing on the gore," and I'm like, "You're watching a Mortal Kombat movie. like, have you ever played a Mortal Kombat game? That's literally the you can't make a Mortal Kombat movie without the gore. Like that is literally Mortal Kombat is literally a showcase of like gory fatalities, right? Like fatality, like literally you're killing somebody. So I really did admire that. This one is violent. Like they turned, like, even from the last movie, because my problem with the 2021 Mortal Kombat, I thought the gore, uh, it was there, but the gore was kind of there, and but it was like the people who were the if you weren't a main character or you were a minor character, you were going to get fatality. This movie, this movie does not hold back on anybody. This movie doesn't give a fuck who you are. And that shocked me when they started doing that. You don't know who's going to die in this. And I really admire that with movies when they don't mind just they don't mind going to the point, even if it's a fake out, you know, like they don't mind showing you like, man, anybody can get it in this movie. It doesn't matter who it is, anybody can get it. Even the good guys that you're rooting for, they can get it too. And that's what I did like about this. Uh, the cast in here, I thought was fine. Uh, Even though I thought the acting was a little off, because when the movie first started and there were people who were coming in, once the acting started, it was like, oh my goodness, it was giving me flashbacks of that first Mortal Kombat movie. But as the movie progressed further, I will say they did start growing on me a little bit more. But the acting was a little bit. It's like the airplane that's starting, and as it's on the runway and it kind of gets off the ground a little bit, it starts sputtering a little bit, and then like, but then later on it takes off and it's flying smooth. So that was the acting for me in this movie. Little off at times. Not the best acting. Yeah. So like I said, the best characters in here to me was um Josh Lawson as Kano and Carl Urban as Johnny Cage. I thought those guys did a pretty good job. Cole Young does show back up in here. Yeah, Cole Young does show back up in here again. I know people will probably hear then they go like, "Oh my god, Cole Young, why is he in here?" But honestly, he was way more tolerable in this one. Um, I didn't have an issue with him in here. He actually, I think he had a little bit more personality finally. Sort for me, in that regard. I'm sorry, you're gonna hear me clear my throat a lot. I'm coming down from a cold. But yeah, Cole Young was way more tolerable in here. I just didn't care for him in the first movie because he just had no personality, and not only was he had no personality, he was the main character we had to follow. But in this movie, if you want to be honest, there's actually two main characters in here. Um, it's not a spoiler, so I'll say it right here. The two main characters here, honestly, are Johnny Cage and Katana. Yeah, Johnny Cage and Katana. Those are the two main characters in here. Uh, so which I did admire. That I was like, that's kind of cool they did that, and you'll see it as you watch the movie as it progresses. You'll see that they handle that very well, especially the final fight at the end, which I will also bring up to the fight choreography and the budget in this movie is so much better. So I guess some quote probably got a better budget. This movie looks amazing. That last movie just looks so cheap. Because for a big budget movie, he was only given $50 million. You can tell it was $50 million in that last movie. That last movie looked cheap. But this movie, I think the budget was definitely a lot better. The production value was better. Um, and I like it, and they were faithful to the games. There's scenes where there's scenes where the characters will walk into a fight, right? They get pulled into portals and they get into these fights, and there's actually a camera pan, just like in the games. There's the camera pan where the two fighters are walking up beside each other, and then you see like the level to the Sky Temple, the portal to Sky Temple or whatever, the pit, the acid pit, those. And if you see it, you see how the characters walk up beside each other. It's like a intro to the fight before the characters fight each other, and that was a really nice touch. I thought they did. So like if you're a Mortal Kombat fan like me, you're going to enjoy this a lot. I mean, they're this is the like I said, this is the best Mortal Kombat movie. I think this is my favorite Mortal Kombat film. Um, and me being a Mortal Kombat fan, I probably want to see this again because it just brought out the fan in me a lot. The fatalities are violent. It's brutal. Like I said, you don't know who's going to die off. Uh, and even though I thought the dialogue was kind of trash, uh, so I'll get into the negatives here in a little bit because I have a lot of negatives. This is not a perfect film by any means or stretch. And again, this is coming from a 30 plus year Mortal Kombat fan, and I'm telling you, this movie is not perfect at all. That's where my movie critic side has to come in. Because the whole time I was watching it, I just noticed the problems. The moment I was watching it, the problems never left me, and they persisted until the end of the film. So I'll get the negatives here in a minute. But yeah, like I said, the fight choreography phenomenal. These fights look amazing. I'm sorry, the fight choreography here looked really incredible. Um, from the Sindel and from the Queen Sindel fight. Sindel, who was played by Anna Thuy Nguyen. She played Sindel. Uh, yeah, she was her fight scene with Sonya. Great. Um, I even like the fight scene with Jade and Jax. Probably my favorite fight scene in here, my favorite, hands down, my favorite fight scene was the Kung Lao and I don't want to ruin too much, but it's the Kung Lao and Liu Kang fight. That fight was amazing. The way it was filmed, the way it was choreographed. I'm telling you that fight right there, those two brothers fighting each other, that you will not be disappointed in that fight. That fight was phenomenal. Let's see, you got I like the whole dynamic with Baraka and Johnny Cage. And that whole dynamic between those two just made me laugh. I'm sorry. That really made me laugh. CJ Bloomfield, who plays Baraka, and he's fighting Johnny Cage, and then their whole dynamic, that was hilarious to me. I was laughing in the theater. Anything involving Johnny Cage and Kano, man, those two trying to out asshole and out joke each other, that was hilarious to me, man. I was laughing in the theater. That was funny. Um, but so, oh man, did I get all the positives out of the way? Oh yeah, Ed Boon, Ed Boon, the creator of Mortal Kombat, actually makes a cameo appearance in here too. Um, you'll spot him too. For those who don't know who he looks like, if you go see the movie, just spot the creator of Mortal Kombat. Uh, he's the bartender who is serving up Johnny Cage a drink, and I like the okay. And there's another thing too. And speaking of that, I like the direction they went with Johnny Cage because I know before the movie came out, there was a lot of complaints with this one. Um, there was a lot of complaints that Carl Urban was too old to play Johnny Cage. They're like, yeah, Carl Urban, he's too old to play Johnny Cage. But once you see the story, because he basically plays like he plays a washed up actor from the 90s. Uh, so he's trying to relive his glory days, back in the 90s. But he's here in 2026, at conventions, trying to live out his days in the early 90s, where people were doing martial arts movies. and that's kind of funny because that's in real life. It's like nobody watches martial arts films anymore, man. That was the '90s, man. Nobody really cares for those type of movies anymore. You know, those glory days of martial arts films, everybody being in a martial art film, those are done. So it was kind of cool how they did that, and they made him, like I said, they made him this sort of just older, washed up actor, uh, who's just down on his luck. You know, he's really pessimistic, and I really admire they did that with Johnny Cage. I didn't expect that at all. Um, so I think I got all the positives out the way. Okay, well, I gotta go critic mode. I gotta turn into this movie. I'm sorry. My first negative. This story is bullshit. You know, I get it. Mortal Kombat never really had like the games for some reason can write good stories. These movies just can't, man. Uh, the story it just doesn't. It's not very good. Um, it's the whole yeah, Shao Kahn is here taking over the world, and we have to beat him in order to so he doesn't stop. He's the big bad that we got to stop to take over the um Earth realm. But it's the way they tell it. I was watching the whole time. I was like, well, this story's not very good. Like, and I was trying to peep this as like I was peeping it as more like a person who's never seen like a Mortal who doesn't know anything about Mortal Kombat. I had to put myself in that mindset, and I was like, yeah, if you really think about it, this story's not very good. The story's terrible. Uh, the acting is spotty at times. The guy who acts the guy who is Kano, he's really good. The guy who plays or Carl Urban, he's good, of course. Some of the original cast, that, like Sonya Blade, there was moments where I was like, oh my god, I was like, I forgot you weren't very good of an actress in the first movie neither. If you kind of lean, it's weird. For me, it was. I think once the movie got further, I kind of got used to the acting, and that's not good if you're getting used to the acting because the acting is still not that great. For some of these people, some of these people are just not good actors. Uh, but I get it. You have to bring them back because they were in the first movie. I don't know if these people needed acting coaches. I was just like the acting was a little distracting to me. Dialogue's not very good at a lot of the time. It's not very good. Um, I was trying to think what else. Uh, I don't know. It's just some weird dialogue choices. But it was just a piss poor story. Uh, not a good story, man. And I get it. Mortal Kombat story has never really been like high art or anything, and I get it. But that's the thing that bothered me the most in this. I just thought the story wasn't very good. And again, the acting was a little wonky at times. I was like, okay. But with those complaints, is this a huge improvement over the first Mortal Kombat film from 2021? Yes. I'll even go to as about to say this is the best Mortal Kombat movie we have right now. So if you're into Mortal Kombat or you want to check it out, definitely go check this movie out. Um, I'm gonna go with a moderate recommend on this one. This one's moderate. Um, like I said, this is the best we're gonna get for Mortal Kombat. So because I think asked me, my brother, and my friend, when we went and saw the movie, we all gave a rating to it. My brother gave it a six. My friend, he gave it a six. He said it was meh. It was alright, which I agree. I think it's okay. As just as a movie, taking myself out the Mortal Kombat fan mindset, this movie is okay. It was alright. Um, and I think they asked me what I would have gave it. I said I give it a seven. I'm kind of right there with y'all a little bit. It's a 7. So which would be for me. I would get for my Rotten Tomato meter. It would be a 70%. Theirs would be a 60. Well, he said it was around like 64. That's what my brother said. He said his would be like 64. That's what he guessed on the tomato meter, and a 65 on the tomato meter. And my rating, I would my rating would have been close to like a 70%. So we're like in the same realm. But yeah, this is a moderate recommend for me. Um, really, like I said, really good fan service for the fans. Everything you need in a Mortal Kombat movie is here. Uh, but it has a slew of problems. The problems are there. There's just no escaping the problems in this movie. So, not perfect film, but like I said, I'm a Mortal Kombat fan. I'll give it another watch. I'll see it again. I'll watch it again when it comes on streaming. Um, but yes, so again, Mortal Kombat 2, moderate recommend. Um, if you saw the movie and you liked it, I know it's a long review. Yeah, I normally my reviews normally don't go this long, but I've been kind of anticipating this one. But if you would, from please like, comment, subscribe, and let me know in the comment section what you thought about Mortal Kombat 2 2026, and I will see you in the next review. Peace.